I am Hassan Kuruma. Hello and a pleasant welcome to the National News 5 here on Star Television Network on Channel 21 for the headlines. His Excellency President Dr. Julius Maada Bio has officially commissioned the Health on the Wheel initiative and the mini buses for special needs people at the Yokantubu community in the Ward C.
Our efforts in the sector have been guided by dimensions of universal health care, more and better, more equitable coverage, and more access, both physical access and affordability.
The Sierra Leone Road Authority, together with other contractors, have visited both the Magbele and Mapam bridges. The notion of the visit is to assess progress made and to take stock of the challenges of the project so far.
Yeah, we are quite satisfied with the progress of the work and the quality of the work, and we believe that we have checked all the boxes and most of the issues we have raised, have been addressed by consultant and contractor.
And the sport head of the female football at the Sierra Leone Association, Martha Kamara, concludes a day football competition at the Football Association Academy. The competition is in line with the celebration of the International Women's Day, which is celebrated on 8th of March every year. Those were the top stories, and now for the news in details with me, Hassan Kuruma. His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, has intimated that the reason behind the government's remarkable intervention in human capital development is as a result of inclusivity and innovation. The President made a disclosure during the commissioning of the Health on the Wheel initiative and the minibus for special people at your Yokantubu community in Ward C. George Elliott Sam has more to the story.
President Dr. Julius Maada Bio noted that his commitment to the New Direction Manifesto and the Midterm National Development Plan was, among other things, to improve health and educational outcomes because they are drivers of human capital and sustainable development. Sierra Leone's commitment to achieving universal health coverage, according to President Bio, has been evidenced in the country's international commitment and partnership with various nations and multilateral institutions to restructure the national health sector.
Our efforts in the sector have been guided by dimensions of universal health care, more and better, more equitable coverage, and more access, both physical access and affordability. We are one of few countries in West Africa to invest 12% of our budget, national budget, to health care. My government has allocated 75 billion loans to refurbishing, improving, or rebuilding healthcare infrastructure right across the country. For the first time in 15 years, for the very first time in 15 years, my government has undertaken to rehabilitate Makeni Government Hospital, Magoroka Government Hospital, Potloko Government Hospital, Kabbalah Government Hospital, and other regional hospitals. This is in addition to recruiting more nurses and midwives, improving work conditions for nurses and healthcare workers, more labs, more ambulances, and more community health clinics that have taken healthcare to within 5-mile radius of every Sierra Leonean in this country.
President Dr. Julius Maada Bio emphasized that the impact of this investment were significant by any measure and stand above politics. He observed that since 2018, maternal mortality has been reduced from 1,165 to 720 per 100,000 people, and far fewer mothers are dying in childbirth. Far fewer infants and children under 5 were dying, and there has been a 100% increase improvement in the treatment of people living with HIV, from just over 23,000 in 2017 to over 46,000 Malaria-related deaths have been reduced by 47%. Far fewer people were dying of malaria.
Our actions and interventions in the area of human capital development, be it education or healthcare, have been intentional, inclusive, and innovative. They are intentional because they have been well thought out and planned, and we have engaged our development partners and made a clear case where necessary. They are inclusive because we have looked very close at all barriers that citizens in hard to reach and far to reach areas face in accessing healthcare and education, as the case may be. We have also considered special needs for those populations. We believe that equal access to available services and resources and meaningful inclusion in the full scope of services is a matter of must. They are innovative because we are open to and we are willing to implement new and creative ways of providing resources and services to our citizens.
The Minister of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Austin Debbie, said the Health on Wheels initiative was a laudable venture by President Julius Maada Bio in improving the health sector. He added that the initiative will reach out to poorer communities.
But the president say, as we build them hospital there, so for make sure so we give people and the kind health care we then deserve. Important law not left nobody behind. Important at times for take health care, go meet the people there, not to alter them for the kind of hospital. So the formula for that, now for giving a hospital on wheels. So we get serious hospital there also. We inside one ourselves go inside they wanna go see. So their hospital there so now for take the hospital, go meet the people there outside them there. So the president say back, as we do this, how we go start this kind of effort here with a national effort? We want to go outside the country. But he believes the historic city of York, the historic city.
The Chinese ambassador to Sierra Leone congratulated President Bio for his achievement in social and economic development, particularly in the health sector, in spite of the severe challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic and complicated international and regional situations.
The People's Republic of China has been working closely with the Republic of Sierra Leone in the health sector with a view to supporting the latter's efforts in promoting universal health coverage and achieving relevant targets of the United Nations Sustainable Development Agenda Goals 2030. In 2018, His Excellency Wang Zhigang, the Special Envoy of His Excellency President Xi Jinping, attended His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio's inauguration ceremony. On that occasion, Minister Wang pledged that the Ministry of Science and Technology of China would consider providing 4 mobile medical vehicles to support Sierra Leone in launching a mobile clinic project.
For Star TV News, George Elliott Sam reporting.
Regional Minister of the Western Area, Nabila Tunis, has presided over the passing out parade of the induction of newly recruited National Youth Service Corps at the military's Peace Mission Training Center, Obamba, Hastings, Freetown. Moses Ojukamara reports.
By the center! With march!
These servicemen and women have undergone fundamental and rudimentary reforms, including enhancements of their mental and physical human capacity.
I think we have to wake up every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning to go our morning or personal training by jogging, doing some drills and other activities. And also psychologically, we have thought lots of other things about patriotism, about corruption, and also we have thought about how to volunteer and the good things that comes with volunteerism. So I feel like it has been a very, very educative process, and I feel blessed to be finally graduated from the National Youth Service Corps.
477 who were recruited from across the country underwent 3 weeks of induction training and are now ready to serve.
And if need be, pay the supreme sacrifice for our fatherland.
Executive Director, National Youth Service, Onana Jallo, recognized the support and commitment of all the stakeholders as they complement the efforts of the NYS.
For government institutions, let me make this call through our distinguished guest of honor to take full advantage of these dedicated nationalistic men and women. Councils can raise more revenues with them. EDSA can track illegal electricity users. NRA can use them to track tax evaders. Ministry of Trade might just have very dedicated trade monitors. Even National Electoral Commission can use them to help solve and give confidence to the most of their ad hoc electoral staffing.
This government will continue with its efforts to inculcate the right values in young people, said Mohamed Oman Bangura, Minister of Youth Affairs. He furthered that a youthful population that adheres to higher ideals of patriotism and humanitarianism is the foundation of a stable environment for business, development, peace and prosperity.
So our young people, we owe this to our generation. We can do our best as a government. Our donor partners can do their best. Our parents can do their best. But the passion to succeed, the passion to transform and change your destiny rests in your hands.
Regional Minister, Western Area, Nabila Tunis, who also doubles as the guest of honor, in her maiden speech congratulated the servicemen but also urged them to uphold the values that they've learned when they are deployed in institutions.
This will continue to be one of the strategies meant to tackle the myriad of challenges faced, and government will continue to view the National Youth Service Corps as a reliable and dependable catalyst for youth and national development, since its overall aim is to address the human capital development challenge.
The role of these servicemen in nation building will demand nothing short of unparalleled discipline, a high level of professionalism, integrity, accountability, prudent use of resources, and compliance with laws, regulations, and standards at all times. Moses Ojukamara, Star TV News, Freetown.
You're still watching the National News File here on Star Television Network on Channel 21 with me, Hassan Kouma. As part of their routine monitoring, the Sierra Leone Authority, together with contractors, CSE, consultants, Polytechnical, and the National Authorizing Office, have visited both the Magbele and Mabam bridges to assess progress made and to take stock of the challenges and ensure contractors and consultants adhere to specifications. George Elliott Sam again.
As part of their routine monitoring, the Sierra Leone Authority, contractors, CSE, consultants, Polytechnica, and the National Authorizing Office, as on Friday, 4th March 2022, visited both Mabele and Mabam Bridge to assess progress, take stock of any challenges, and ensure contractors and consultants are adhering to specification as per signed document. According to the Director of Planning, Policy and Research, Sierra Leone Authority, Engineer Vanny French, said the monitoring visit will continue to help them jointly discuss and review progress and where possible to make amends, and further that it also ensure timelines are met.
Yeah, we are quite satisfied with the progress of the work and the quality of the work, and we believe that we have checked all the boxes, and most of the issues we have raised, have been addressed by consultant and contractor. Of course, we are supported by the consultants also for the technical in terms of the day-to-day supervision. And over above that, as part of the structure of the project, we have 1 year defects liability period after the completion of the project, during which if there are further issues that need to be addressed by the contractor, then during that period they will be addressed. So far we are satisfied. Well, of course, originally it was supposed to be a 2-year project, but past that without significant because one, we had challenges with COVID during the implementation. There were challenges with bringing in some of the materials. A lot of these materials are coming from Europe, overseas, and at some stage during this implementation we had disruptions in the supply chain. But secondly, of course, it's a very challenging foundation to work on. As you can see all around, this is a mango swamp. So we had to increase the depth of the foundations right up to, in some instances, up to 30 something, up to about 40 meters depth of the pipe. So we did have these challenges, in addition. But generally speaking, I think we have done well so far in terms of implementation, and we hope to continue.
The director of the National Authorizing Office, Ambrose James, stated that there has been considerable progress and all parties are keeping to the time as per His Excellency President Dr. Julius Maada Bio's New Year's message to the nation. He went on to say that both bridges will be commissioned in the half of 2022, but Mabele is set to be commissioned in the late March or April, and Maban in the late April or May 2022, depending on the discussion with various stakeholders.
So, as you know, the Mabang Bridge, as well as the Mabele Bridge, which people call Biri Bridge, are part of the larger Moyamba Road and Bridges project. And these are the major bridges. And as you will note, we have far advanced with the works. For Mabele, where we are right now, you will notice that we are around 98% already. It's just 2%. It means that it's a little bit of road furnitures and a little bit of finishing touches that are there. So we are quite very pleased about it, because the deadline that we had slated for finishing, we are meeting those deadlines, and we plan to do the inauguration towards the end of this month or early in April. I mean, you could also attest to the fact that since the work started, we have been bringing out media people to come and watch and see, because that is what we call people's monitoring. We want the people to also assess to see what was there before and what is there now. The last time we were here, it was not like this. I mean, that was in November, I think. In November, it was not like this. Today, we will see that the ramps have all been fixed. We will see that the roads, access points have all been finished. Asphalt has been done. Safeguards, rails, and even solar lights have been fixed. So yes, we see value for money. We also note that with the consultant is paying attention to the details. That is why we also monitor. We come out to the field to ensure that what the contracting documents are saying is what the consultant and the contractors are working with.
Alimu Damani, Deputy Team Lead Bridge Engineer, said the Mabele Bridge is almost 99% complete, with the dock, slab, sidewalks, approach slab connecting the handrail, solar light on the bridge deck, and the approach road on both sides are complete.
Just to give you the technical aspects to highlight, since last visit, last time we launched the beam. Then after that, what we do mainly is casting, which is big slab. Then at the same time we have done outfill to the Moyamba side, and as you have seen it, we are still doing the embankment work, and at the same time we are progressing with this handrail. Then after this we will proceed with the concreting of the sidewalk. Then after that we have a guardrail for the safety reason. Then after that it will be the pavement work. Okay, we have this approach roads. The total road the way, is the approach road is 570 meters, and we have also parking areas. So to all that, including the asphalt, so that after that we have guardrail, protection works, and the solar lamp, and asphalt, all the pavement works.
For Star TV News, George Elliott Sam reporting.
Freetown City Council has on Monday, 7th March 2022, celebrated Freetown at 230 years at the new City Hall in Freetown. Aaron Francis was there in our reports.
The occasion, which began with a cultural display that narrated in a drama the formation of Freetown, captured the attention of so many dignitaries at the new City Hall. According to the keynote speaker, Her Worship the Mayor, Yvonne Akisoya, said the city of 500 people cannot be compared to a city of 1,500,000 people, noting that the reasons why they celebrate 230 years of Freetown is that the city have come a long way. The Freetown City Council has dedicated this year's celebration to the International Women's Day, as a lot of activities had been lined up for this occasion, as the theme for the celebration is Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. While concluding her statement, Her Worship the Mayor, Yvonne Akisoya, emphasized on freedom, noting that King Naibana sold lands, but Freetown City Council has a lot to do.
So Freetown has changed a lot. But Dr. Spencer and everyone in the room, I want us to be clear about what those drivers of change have been. A city of 500,000 people cannot be compared to a city of 1.5 million people. The city itself, unlike Accra and Monrovia, which are flat geographies and the city can just spread, Freetown itself is unique in its geography. We're surrounded by mountains and the oceans, so the growth either goes up the hills or into the water. It need not be like this. And when we talk about the future, the city we want to see, what's missing in this equation when we talk about the growth of population is, first of all, that growth. Our city will continue to receive people from all over the country if there is not investment made all over the country. There have to be jobs, there have to be services, there have to be opportunities outside of Freetown in order for Freetown to be saved. And that's not a Freetown challenge, that's a national challenge. We've heard about the fact that in the whole world, we were the first city, the first government's first entity, legal, administrative entity, to have women vote. That's huge. Our women still face enormous challenges, which we'll be talking about tomorrow in the Girls and Women's Symposium.
Dr. Julius Sonny Spencer, a panelist for the occasion, elucidated on where Freetown began and where it ended in those days, adding that Freetown is well known due to the various foods and fruits that we are eating, but sadly, most of these foods and fruits are no longer found, noting that Freetown has become a slum where there is no building permit.
Freetown has become a huge slum. In addition to being a big market, we no longer have residential areas. Anybody building a house these days has a shop at the bottom. Pambody don't take over the place. The areas that were reserved for the fish to breed have been cleared. When I was a boy, growing up at Banlane, from our kitchen window, we could see surfing going on in the Aberdeen Creek. Boats dragging, water skiing was going on there. Now there's almost no water.
Nebrom Gaba, a panelist for the occasion, narrated the history of Freetown, ranging it from the Maroons to the Nova Scotians.
The British botanist Henry Smithman, who had lived on Banana Island from 1771 to 1774, and had been married to King Tom's daughter during his stay. He produced the plan of a settlement to be made near Sierra Leone on the grain coast of Africa. where he significantly embellished the welcome and the fertile lands that the black poor would encounter upon arriving in the region. He can possibly be considered as the progenitor of the Sierra Leone colony. However, in 1786, the previous year before the black poor embarked on their epic journey to Sierra Leone, when the British government was contemplating sending white prisoners to the region, he had stated that they would die at the rate of 100 a day. Of the 424 original settlers, both black and white, that arrived in April in 1787, over 120 of them had died by July. Within a year, the number of survivors had reduced to about 70, and many had died through sickness and disease. Others were recaptured and sold as slaves first by King Tom and then by King Jimmy.
For Star News, Adonis Francis reporting.
And in sport, head of female football at the Sierra Leone Association, Ramatulai Kamara, have concluded a day football competition at the Football Association's Academy. The competition is in line with the celebration of International Women's Day, which is observed on the 8th of March every year. Elton John, our sports reporter, has more let now joining for more on the sporting world.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Sporting News. As part of our strive to develop female football in the country, the head of female football at the Sierra Leone Football Association Executive, Ramatulai Kamara, commonly called MK, has organized a one-day football competition at the Football Academy. 4 teams competed in the competition. According to Madam Ramatulai, this is part of our strive to see how they'll continue to identify more talent. Although the competition was held during the celebration of the International Women's Day. Here is the report. As part of the strive to develop female football across the country amidst the challenges faced, the head of female football in the Sierra Leone Football Association Executive, Madam Ramatulai Kamara, commonly called MK, has concluded a one-day football competition involving 4 teams. The competition was organized to celebrate International Women's Day on Tuesday, 8 March 2022. According to Madam Ramatulai, the one-day competition helped to bring the female players together and also help identify talents, even though they joined other women's organizations to celebrate the day.
Because we are part of the executive as all the women in the ESCO, and as take and say, this thing where we need for the goal every year for observe the International Women's Day, and especially for come with the women together, the old players and the present players at least one for meeting them go before, especially the female football. And we don't see say most of the time problems and day, so one for solve them problems and they deal with the women.
Amongst teams that take part in this competition?
Well, 4 teams that we count. We get 1 team we come out to Lunge, we get 1 we come out Waterloo, then we get the veteran that we come, then we get around when our police when they all come for camp play and for camp jubilate and celebrate this wonderful day today and for observe the International Women's Day today.
What's my impression about the performance of the players then? Did they improve?
Well, improvement today, and the only thing will make them improve more and more, pass to put more effort. One thing about them girl picking there, so you're not like the boy picking there. You need to put more effort, and we need to make sure say we sponsor them and we give them more hearts for me. They will come inside the game more and more. Like today, so I not go believe this not something we plan. We just make more income to them. We see the turn up the day today. That's not sure we say we the women they were not ready for team up Tanga for push the female football game before.
She added, despite the challenges faced, she needs more support from various institutions and meaningful citizens to help actualize a dream to develop female football across the country.
The message I get to the executive, they just the beg the executive, especially the one that will not be done join, the one that will not be done join football. They are the beg when all come and join me and help me this fight here for me to take care of the killers. Some people know they want play, but they don't get support. Some people know they want play, they strain. And at the time of for free, the kind way they let them pick it, so it's too much. So me don't come for pull them inside them, put them, and this way would make a big good example inside Sierra Leone.
Ramke FC were crowned champions as they defeated Western Area Best. Cash prizes were distributed to various teams, and trophy was also presented to the champions. For Star TV Sports in Freetown, I am Elton John reporting.
It is good to see female competition across the country. The last time we saw competitive competition was during the then president regime, Aisha Yuanti. So let's see how Madam K will continue to do more in developing female football. Now, the Sierra Leone Premier League will continue on Friday across the country. According to the chairman of the Sierra Leone Premier League Board, Ali Brandi ESQ, he said the board is faced with challenges. FC Kalon Football Club will go away to Sierra Leone Police on Saturday at the Police playing ground. Cabo Eagles Football Club in Kenema will host Eastern Lions. Eastern Lions who succeeded 1-0 against FC Kalon the past week. And Bow Rangers Football Club, the money spender, will play against Anti-Rock Football Club at the community playing ground at Apple School. So these are the upcoming matches in the ongoing Sierra Leone Premier League. And in Makeni, Mighty Blackpool play against Eastern Tigers. So that's all for sports. For today's news, back to Hassan in the studio.
This is all we have time for today in our National News File with me, Hassan Kouma. Thanks for watching, and we'll stay with us for the very best.